Hey Tom, Rob Wild, Swing Vision Pro. Just wanted to get your video over to you and go through some of the things that we saw and that need a little attention, and to, of course, tell you some of the good things. You have a great down move. I do not like the way you get there prior to that. Okay, as we talked about in any golf swing, as instructors, the first thing we look up is your setup. Okay, if I bring you here, bring you down to there, bring you back. We're just a little on our laces, not horrible, not horrible. Okay, then I'm going to look at spine angle. And if I take this and I come up here, I got a little bit of 1, 2, 3 thing going on here. Right? Not horrible. I mean, I've seen much worse, trust me. But what we want to see in a perfect world is that nice straight spine angle that allows us to turn around that axis, just like that bolt I talked about, that where the nut goes on, goes off. If we were to have a bolt that was bent similar to your spine angle, we'd have difficulty getting that thing on and off. Okay, so bringing your head back, we also addressed, is one of the primary things that you need to do here for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's going to get you in line. Okay, number two, it's going to bring your chin level up to somewhere in here. All right, because what we're finding when we go do this is that you are getting stuck, and then once you get stuck, the only way you can get back any farther is to bend or raise your arms. And here we go. We'll come through it a little bit. Okay, and right here you become stuck. Okay, get some of the stuff out of the way so we can see. You'll notice that your shoulder level is here, where your chin level is here. Okay, that's blocked. Okay, you have blocked that shoulder from traveling underneath your chin by having your chin, what we call a hanging chin or a lower chin, is where you're kind of looking over the ball. And as soon as we do that, as soon as we become blocked, this left arm has nowhere to go but to bend. Okay, bend, 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 nowhere to go. And it's just going to get worse as you go back. Here we go, I'll show you. Here we go, way too far overswung. Okay, we talked about that a little bit too. It's kind of a John Daly move right there. You've come out of your knee flex just a little bit, and that concerns me because it's gone now. Once I see that we get this straight and our legs get this straight, the weight transfer that we had in the beginning when it was on the balls of our feet is now on our heels. Okay, it's very difficult to do any kind of athletic maneuver from your heels. All right, talked about that if you're on receiving the serve or you're in defense on basketball. You need to be on the balls of your feet so you can move laterally, right, left, up, back, at a moment's notice, right? If you're on your heels, no can happen, okay? So straightening that left knee is going to do a couple of things. Number one, it raises your height of your head and it puts the weight on the back of your feet, okay? So none of those are good. But I'm going to bring you back down through, and I'm going to talk about when we did talk about manipulations of coming out of our golf swing at an inappropriate time, and then coming back at some point we get back to where we attempt to get back into our positions again, and because we're moving, it becomes a timing issue. Can we get back to that exact same setup position? Once in a while, and that's why we hit it good once in a while. But the majority of the time, as far as the manipulation, either one of two things happen. Either you come up short and don't get back into that position, or you overshoot it and go past that position. Both of those are no good because they allow us to, it allows the room for the devil to come in and for us to make more mistakes. So here we go. Take it back down to your backswing, and we'll see as I get right here. Okay, clear this out of the way. This is your OS moment, okay? Because if I look and see right here, I get a nice left straight honor. Not only that, I've got a pretty nice knee flex back again. If I were to draw the knee flex in, I guarantee you're pretty much on the balls of your feet again. So from right here down, you have a very nice move, okay? We're gonna come on down. We're gonna release the golf ball. Release it just a little early, and we talked about that little release move drill I'd like you working on. Anytime we see it going left, it's early. Okay, love the way you keep your head down. Love the way you transfer your weight. That is beautiful. Okay, I mean, I have a hard time getting students to transfer their weight all the way around, Yours is almost vertical, straight up and down. Very nice. And again, the rule of thumb is when we're talking about it, if I look at your belt buckle at the finish, it is going left of the target line. Anything left of the target line, or even right on the target line or left of the target line, is fine. Anything right of the target line tells me you're going to leave too much over here. Again, not something I want to dwell on because you're doing it good. All right, so we're going to move up. All right, go to another video. Get you cheated up into the swing. This is where we start working now. Okay, the one thing I'd like to see on this move right here, Tommy, is to have this, to do this and to do this correctly. It needs to come from your shoulder joints straight out. Okay, we've kind of got it down a little bit. I mean, you know, if we look at this, we're down here and we've got two angles. Okay, the whole purpose of this is to establish a single angle, right? And I'm going to show you as you start to go down, and we'll see if this is actually happening to you or not, but it is typical for it to happen when we first start learning this maneuver. That's your torso line, okay? In a perfect world, we are going to bend like a hinge just from our hip joint only, right? If I start to bring you down on this, you'll notice here you go down, arms are going down, you're starting to go down, you're not horrible, okay? You are starting to a little bit with your torso, but even at this point, your torso is still straight up in the air, straight up in the air, straight up in the air, now straight up in the air. Now it starts to bend a little bit, okay? Now is where I'm seeing the bend, okay? I'd like to see that bend from the very first move, okay? On down, put you in behind the golf ball, get you set up, okay? Get you set up behind the golf ball, get some of this trash out of the way so we can see. Want to focus on this knee, remember, so make sure we're trying to stay in that, and we're going to go forward. Okay, spine angle is better just from that move. It's much better just from that single move right there that we just created. It is a much better spine angle. So if I look here and I start here, now what I got? Now I got like 2 inches back here. Those 2 inches are important because we've got to get that head back and look down our nose at the golf ball. So we're at number 1 in line with our spine to make a nice smooth rotational move around that axis. And also we're not going to block our chin. Here we go. Bring it in and see what we look like here. Start to bring it back. Let me cheat you right up into where you're ready to pull the trigger. Second, bear with me please. Okay, get back. And again, completely vertical on that move right there, okay? Get back into it and start the entire, when you start to draw your hands, your torso needs to lower as well, okay? So let me get you into this swing itself and then we'll stop and break it down. Okay, here we go. Coming back again, okay? Coming out of our knee flex a little bit, blockage, arm bend, no good, okay? Manipulation, manipulation, manipulation. All your weight again at this point has transferred to your heels. You're on your heels, and you can really see that vividly in this image right here. And again, we've got this huge bend going on, almost 45-degree bend going on with your arm when we want that arm completely straight. Okay, going to jump to another video, and I'm not sure if this is the one. We'll take a look at it. Let me get you up here forward. Okay, we'll look at that real quick. Okay, same kind of thing. Want you to get that straight out. Once you come back, here we go. Go back, and I'm going to take it slow from here. Better is still starting to bend because we still have this blockage going on right here. Okay, we must address that, and that's getting the head back. You create the straight line, easy axis turn around, and allows our arm to travel nicely underneath. Here we go, come down. Beautiful release, boom, right down the middle. Okay, love, as I told you, the way you keep your eyes down. I teach 1/1000, and then you may look up. You will see the ball in flight. You'll see where your ball went, but you won't make the mistakes of people that peek or look up early, which is dipping the right shoulder and raising the left shoulder. The ball will either be chunked, topped, or shanked to the left. Okay. All right. Now this is where I think we got you into. Yeah, this is where we have you into the keep it straight. All right. So we're gonna get you into this. Okay. With this, we got you in to keep it straight, and we also worked on the dream swing, you know, which kind of retards our backswing a little bit. So let's take a look here and see what we got. Number one, I know one thing we have is a very nice spine angle, okay? Very nice. If I come here and I go up, again, a matter of inches that I'd like to see it come back, please, okay? Here we go, bring it through it, start to pull the trigger, okay? Look at that arm, okay? This is still a little overswing. I would have you stopping this swing right there, okay? That is as high as I want you going. And we talked about that shaft being vertical up in the air almost, all right? Very important, because this left arm will stay straight. If we go back and see if you over-rotate even more, yeah, you're still going to even farther back. Now look at the bend though. What we had as a 45-degree bend has now become a 30-degree bend. So we've corrected a little bit of that, all right? Come back down into the golf swing. Okay, want to concentrate on that knee flex and staying in that knee flex for me, please. Bring it on back down. Your drop-in move is beautiful. I have no qualms. I'm not even going to address this because it's going to be beautiful. Here we go. Just going to cheat you up. That was a practice looking swing. Going to cheat you up until you're ready to pull the trigger again. And I'm going to get you there. There you go. Okay, now here we go. Back up. Same kind of issues are going on here. Much nicer, much straighter. Boom. You cannot hit that ball any straighter, Tom. Look at that. That center cup right there we just talked about is the very center of my setup here, and you're going right over it, okay? So your drop down move is fine. We've got to get rid of these manipulations to make you consistent. All of this bending and turning and straightening the leg and all of those things are the things that are keeping you from becoming consistent. Your drop-in move is well enough. If we can work on these other things, I firmly believe you can be shooting in the 70s, okay? So, you know, it's a giant leap, but it's not that big a leap as well. If we can work on these things that are keeping us from making consistent contact time after time after time, okay? So things I want you working on, we talked about, I'd like to see this foot a little more parallel, okay? I'd like to see you staying in this knee flex. And the only way we can do that is really concentrating on staying in it. Last thing, let's move that head back just a little bit. And the very last thing, let's abbreviate that golf swing, okay? So if I bring you back, right there is the top of your golf swing. And it can be even straighter if this arm right here, you still got a little bit, let me get this out of the way for you, please. You still got a little bit, but see how much more attached you are right here? Beautiful. You're attached here, beautiful, okay? Still blocking a little bit. If that head was 2 inches back, you wouldn't be blocking at all right? And if that head was 2 inches back, you'd also be able to keep this arm a lot straighter. And once we're able to keep that arm straight, all we have to do is drop back in like you already do. It's a beautiful drop-in move. Beautiful time right there. That's just textbook, okay? Coming through, release, boom. Again, what do we got? Right down the middle. And it's because we have straightened out that left arm, and that's our guide to get back into the golf ball, okay? So, checklist. I want that right foot more perpendicular. I want your knee flex to be on the balls of your feet, okay? And your knee flex must stay intact, all right? And when you take your backswing, I need the backswing abbreviated to where the club is vertical and you have a complete straight left arm. You can take it back as far as you maintain that left straight arm. As soon as that arm bends, it's too far back, okay? And the last thing is, in our spine angle, let's get that head back. It's going to do those two things. It's going to give us that nice vertical spine angle, which is going to allow us as an axis to rotate back and forth very nicely, okay, like that bolt we talked about. And then it's also going to lift that chin up, what we call a hanging chin, and it's going to keep you from blocking that with the left shoulder. So that's what I have for you. Please work on those things. Whenever you feel comfortable that you're at a pretty proficient level with those things, please give me a call. We'll schedule your next appointment, and we'll move on from here. Pleasure working with you. I think you've got some great potential. We do need to make the corrections though, and the only way we can make the correction is repetition, repetition. Get out and practice and play. Okay, so I appreciate the confidence you placed in me. I appreciate your business, and for right now, I'll wish you a great big warm aloha.